Welcome to ketomealsandrecipes.com. Today I'll be showing you how to decorate this 4th of July flag cake, which I'm dedicating to all my US subscribers and visitors. To make this flag cake, I'm going to be using my naked vanilla sponge cake. A link will be provided in the description below. Also, I'll be showing you how to make a really creamy, rich buttercream frosting and a raw raspberry jelly. Although this is dedicated for 4th of July, these decorations in different combinations can be used to decorate a cake for whatever special occasion you're enjoying. The macronutrient ratio for this cake is 6.2 to 1 with 5.6 grams of total carbs, 0.4 gram of soluble fiber, resulting in only 5.2 grams of net carbs per slice. After making and assembling the entire naked vanilla sponge cake, it's time to make the icing. To make the icing, place your room temperature butter into a mixing bowl. Whip at high speed until it's very pale yellow. Reduce the speed to low in order to add the sweetener. Then begin to add your sweetener 1 tablespoon at a time. Keep adding until you've used up all your sweetener. From time to time, stop and scrape the bowl. Keep whipping for about 10 minutes to make the buttercream very smooth. To make this buttercream icing a little bit fluffier, I added about 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream and whip it to the light peak stage. Then add it to the buttercream and continue whipping for your 10 minutes. This will make the frosting much lighter and easier to spread. If you're preparing this buttercream frosting ahead of time, place it into a bowl, cover with cling wrap, and put into the refrigerator until needed. When you're ready to use the buttercream, let it come to room temperature. In order to have something to decorate, I prepared my naked vanilla sponge cake the day before, and I used this cake to decorate my 4th of July flag cake. I applied 2 layers of frosting. The first layer is a thin layer just to coat the cake. Then I applied a thicker layer, especially on the top. I used my offset spatula to smooth the surface of the top, but I didn't worry too much about the sides because I'll be applying shredded coconut. I apply the coconut flakes by simply taking them in my hand and tapping them on the side of the cake. To represent the stars, I used 50 small blueberries. I began in the top left corner, placing 6 in the first row, and then in between each of the blueberries in the first row, I placed 5 in the second row, and then repeated the third row with 6 blueberries, and I repeated this pattern until I had placed all 50 of my blueberries. For the stripes, I used raw raspberry jam, which I made. To make this raw freezer raspberry jam, simply take your fresh or frozen raspberries, put it into a bullet or small food processor, add the glucomannan, water, and your favorite sweetener. I use monk fruit. Puree until the raspberries are very smooth and pass them through a sieve to get rid of the seeds so you have a nice clear jelly. To make the color really red and vibrant, I used a bit of gel food coloring. For the stripes, I began at the bottom. I placed a mark on the frosting where I wanted the stripes to be. Then I began piping the single layer of jelly at each point where I had a mark, and then I thickened each stripe by doing a second layer on top. To flatten your jelly, use the back of your offset spatula or the back of a small spoon. If you make a mistake or you want to straighten out your lines, just use your spatula to tuck the jelly back into place. When you have finished decorating the cake and your touch-ups have been completed, put the cake back in the refrigerator for 1 hour before serving. Enjoy! To everyone in the United States, have a very happy 4th of July. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time. The link for the printable recipe for the 4th of July cake, which includes the frosting and the raspberry jelly, will be available in the description below. I will also add the link for the naked vanilla sponge cake.